Welcome to the deep dive. We basically take a whole stack of sources and try to pull out the really key stuff for you.
Yeah, cut through the noise a bit.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into something huge, football.
The beautiful game.
But not just the game itself, it's this pulse, this feeling for billions of people. So much emotion, drama.
Absolutely. And like you said, sometimes just sheer absurdity.
Right. So we're calling this one Football's Immortals. Thinking about those records that just seem impossible to break.
Unbreakable records, yeah. And those iconic moments.
Moments that just freeze time.
That's the idea. We've got some great sources for this deep dive. Bits from books like Football Immortals, that kind of material.
Right.
And the mission really is to give you a bit of a shortcut.
A shortcut to what exactly?
To being, properly clued up on the legends, the big milestones, the stuff that shaped the game.
Right. So you understand why certain things matter so much.
Exactly.
Right.
Why a goal becomes a legend, why a match becomes this shared memory.
So why does football history matter so much? It's more than just stats, right?
Yeah.
What do the sources really drill down on?
Well, what comes through again and again is that football history isn't just about football. It's like a mirror.
A mirror to society.
Yeah, exactly. It reflects people, cultures, nations, even conflict and unity.
Any examples jump out?
Oh, definitely. Think about the Christmas truce, 1914. Soldiers, British and German, stopping the fighting to play football in no man's land.
Incredible.
Or, Nelson Mandela using the Rugby World Cup in '95 and the spirit of sport generally, including football, to help unite South Africa after apartheid.
Wow. So understanding this history gives you a window into, well, humanity, really.
Precisely. How we express joy, conflict, identity, all through this game. It's pretty deep when you think about it.
It really is. And without that history, a goal is just... Well, it's just a goal, isn't it? A moment that passes.
Right. But history gives it meaning. That goal is only magic because of what led up to it, the tension, the story, and what happens next.
And rivalries only bite because of all the battles before.
Exactly. A trophy feels special because you know the journey, the struggle.
It's why, a dad telling his kid about Maradona '86, or someone remembering Pele lighting up a World Cup. It's not just stats.
No, it's storytelling. It's passing down something vital.
So how does this connect people? Does it bridge gaps?
Massively. History binds fans together across time. A Real Madrid fan from the 50s and one today, they share something because of that history, the triumphs, the heartbreaks.
And the records themselves. They're more than numbers.
Oh, yeah. They're like fingerprints, as one source puts it, fingerprints of football's gods and giants. They immortalize greatness.
So Ronaldo's Champions League goals, Messi's 91-goal year.
Exactly. Without history, they're just data. With history, they're legendary feats.
Hmm.
Or look at Neymar passing Pele as Brazil's top scorer. That only resonates because Pele set the historical benchmark and the emotion. Think about Zambia winning the African Cup of Nations, AFCON, in 2012.
Yeah.
Knowing their team tragedy, the plane crash in '93, it just adds this incredible layer of meaning, makes victory a tribute.
So wrapping this part up, what's a takeaway for us?
I think it's about honoring the past. Remembering those who built the game, players who faced racism, war, dictatorships.
And the fans who lived through it all.
Absolutely. Every chant, every retired shirt number, every statue, history gives it power. It makes football this living archive of human experience.
Wow. Okay, powerful stuff. So let's pivot to maybe the biggest stage where these immortal moments happen, the World Cup.
Right, where legends are forged.
When you look at the sources on World Cup achievements, what screams dominance or breakthrough?
Well, you have to start with Brazil, don't you? 5 World Cup titles. Nobody else is close. That's just sustained excellence on a different level.
Truly unique. And individuals.
Miroslav Klose,
Right.
most World Cup goals ever, 16. That speaks to longevity, being clutch across multiple tournaments, just finding the net again and again.
And then you have these moments where someone just explodes onto the scene. Pele in '58.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Youngest ever winner. He was only 17. It wasn't just a record. It announced this global phenomenon. Changed how people thought about young talent.
And at the other end, you've got Roger Milla.
Still scoring at 42 in the 1994 World Cup. Amazing. Shea's passion and skill don't just disappear with age.
And more recently, we've seen incredible consistency, too.
Definitely. Cristiano Ronaldo scoring in 5 different World Cups. Just Mind-boggling consistency.
And Messi playing the most games, 26 appearances.
Yeah, speaks volumes about their enduring quality. And you can't forget team breakthroughs like Cameroon in 1990.
Ah, yes, reaching the quarterfinals.
Huge moment. Really put African football on the global map, inspired so many.
Beyond the records, though, the World Cup gives us these matches,
Mm.
these shockers that just stick in the memory.
Oh, absolutely. Germany 7, Brazil 1. In Brazil, 2014 semifinal.
Still unbelievable. A national shock.
For sure. But maybe the ultimate shock was Americanazo, 1950.
Uruguay beating Brazil in the final match in the Maracana Stadium.
In front of almost 200,000 home fans. The silence afterwards. Legendary. A true historical moment.
And more recently, Saudi Arabia beating Argentina in 2022.
Yeah, many sources call that the biggest upset ever. Nobody saw it coming. Pure David versus Goliath stuff.
It's not just results, though, is it? Sometimes it's specific incidents.
Definitely. Maradona in '86 against England, you get both sides of him in minutes.
The hand of God.
Pure cheek, pure controversy.
Followed by the goal of the century.
Absolute genius. Dribbling past half the England team. One source called it a weapon of genius and rebellion. Sums it up perfectly.
And then there are the stranger moments.
Oh, like Wepu Alunga for Zaire in '74 to just booting the ball away before a free kick was even taken.
Hilarious and baffling all at once.
Totally. Or Zidane's headbutt in the 2006 final.
A shocking end to such a brilliant career.
Just iconic for all the wrong reasons. And tragically, you have Andres Escobar's own goal in '94.
Leading to his murder back in Colombia. A truly dark moment.
Yeah, shows the intense, sometimes dangerous passions involved. But on a brighter note, goal line technology debuting in 2014.
That felt like a big shift, a new era of accuracy.
Yeah, showed how much the game was evolving, embracing tech.
Okay, moving beyond the World Cup, let's talk about individual players. Feats that just defy logic.
Right. And you have to start with Messi's 2012. 91 goals in one calendar year.
91. It still sounds impossible.
It basically is. Made millions believe in miracles, as one source said. Averaging almost 2 goals a game for a whole year. Against top defenses. Unreal.
And then there's Cristiano Ronaldo.
His records are about sheer volume and longevity. Most international goals ever. Most Champions League goals ever.
Over 128 international, over 140 in the UCL.
Yeah, these aren't just records. They're monuments to decades of elite performance in different leagues, always delivering.
And sometimes it's not over a year, but just a burst of magic.
Exactly, like Robert Lewandowski, 5 goals in 9 minutes.
For Bayern in 2015, it was like watching a video game.
Completely surreal. A player just locked in, unstoppable. Or Mo Salah's fastest Premier League hat trick.
6 minutes.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. Shows that peak performance, that killer instinct.
But brilliance isn't just about goals, right? It's also about staying at the top. Longevity.
Absolutely. Look at Donny Alves, most decorated player ever, over 40 trophies. That's just winning everywhere, consistently.
Ryan Giggs at Manchester United.
13 Premier League titles. And get this, never sent off in his entire league career. Over 22 years.
That discipline is incredible.
It really is. And Paolo Maldini at AC Milan.
One club man.
902 games. A true legend, pure loyalty, almost unimaginable today.
And Zlatan.
Ibrahimovic scoring in 4 different decades and across 7 leagues, adapting, dominating everywhere.
Just incredible journeys. And then there's the absolute outliers like Sir Stanley Matthews.
Playing top-level football at 50 years old. 50. It's almost mythical. Shows what dedication and love for the game can do. Buffon, too. Most Serie A games ever. Remarkable for a keeper.
Some players didn't just set records. They actually changed how the game was played or achieved something totally unique.
Like Neymar Jr. surpassing Pelé as Brazil's all-time top scorer.
That's huge in Brazil, obviously.
Massive. The sources describe him as an entertainer and an elite goal scorer. That mix of flair and efficiency.
Or Manuel Neuer.
Yeah, he really pushed that sweeper-keeper role. Made the keeper part of the attack, not just the last line of defense. Revolutionized the position.
And looking back further,
Josef Beacon. Pre-FIFA records, but credited with over 800 goals. Just staggering numbers from football's early days.
and Ronaldinho.
Ah, Ronnie. The only player, apparently, to win the World Cup, Champions League, the Ballon d'Or, and the Copa Libertadores.
Wow, that's the full set.
Pretty much everything worth winning. Shows his complete genius across continents. And Messi, of course.
8 Ballon d'Ors.
8. Unprecedented. And holding the record for most assists ever. He evolved from scorer to maybe the ultimate creator.
And Mbappe scoring a hat-trick in a World Cup final.
Yeah, in 2022. Even though they lost, doing that on the biggest stage possible, incredible pressure, incredible performance.
Okay, let's shift from individuals to the clubs. Dynasties, miracles, comebacks.
Yeah, the club game has its own immortal stories. Real Madrid leading the way.
14 Champions League titles. 14.
It's almost ridiculous, isn't it? It's this unique culture, this belief they have in that competition. They just know how to win it.
And then you have seasons of pure perfection, like Arsenal's Invincibles.
2003-04, going the entire Premier League season unbeaten. In such a tough league, that's legendary status cemented.
Or Bayern Munich's domestic dominance.
10 Bundesliga titles in a row. Just shows complete control over their league for a whole decade.
And historically, Ajax in the 70s.
Total football.
Wow.
They didn't just win, they changed the game, fluid positions, everyone attacking, everyone defending, revolutionary stuff.
So these are the giants. But football loves an underdog, doesn't it? The fairy tales.
Oh, absolutely. And nothing beats Leicester City 2016.
5,000 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
Still sounds mad.
It was mad. Probably the greatest underdog story in modern sport. Pure belief, teamwork against all financial logic. Amazing.
And miraculous comebacks. The Champions League seems to specialize in those.
It does. Barcelona 6, PSG 1, after losing the first leg 4-0.
La Remontada, 2017. Just sheer willpower.
Totally. Or Liverpool in Istanbul 2005.
Down 3-0 at halftime to AC Milan.
And they come back to win it on penalties. The miracle of Istanbul defined a whole generation of fans. Pure emotion.
Chelsea in 2012 too, right? With an interim manager?
Yeah, Di Matteo. Nobody expected them to go all the way, battle through suspensions, beat Bayern in their own stadium. Incredible story.
There are just so many unique club moments that define their identity. Man United's 99 treble.
Iconic. Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League won in the dying seconds. That never say die attitude.
Inter Milan's treble in 2010.
First Italian team to do it. Tactical masterclass from Mourinho cemented that team in history.
And some stranger ones, like Nottingham Forest.
Brian Clough's miracle workers. 2 European Cups, but only 1 league title. Doesn't make sense, but they did it. Magic.
Steaua Bucharest winning the European Cup without conceding.
Yeah, 1986.
Yeah.
An absolutely watertight defense, unheard of, really.
And Messi's loyalty to Barcelona.
672 goals for one club. In the modern era, that kind of loyalty and scoring record for one team, probably won't see that again.
And you have the flip side, like PSG's record transfer.
Well, Neymar, yeah. Over $260 million shows the financial power shaping the modern game.
And what about rivalries? The Boca River Plate final.
The 2018 Copa Libertadores final had to be moved to Madrid. Shows the sheer intensity, the passion of South America's biggest derby. Just couldn't contain it.
So, moving beyond the trophies and records, football throws up these incredible human stories, these underdog tales.
Yeah, absolutely. These are often the moments that really connect with people. Zambia winning AFCON in 2012.
After the plane crash tragedy years before.
Exactly. It was more than football. It was healing. It was a tribute. Hugely emotional.
Or Iceland at Euro 2016.
Tiny nation, population of like 300,000 reaching the quarterfinals. The Viking clap, they captured everyone's imagination.
Morocco making the World Cup semis in 2022.
First African nation ever to get that far. Broke down barriers, inspired a whole continent. Huge.
And historically,
Oh.
North Korea beating Italy in 66.
Massive shock back then. Or Denmark winning Euro 92.
They weren't even supposed to be there.
Exactly. Invited last minute because Yugoslavia was disqualified. They go and win the whole thing. Incredible story.
Greece, Euro 2004.
The ultimate defensive underdogs. Ground out results, shocked everyone, proved there's more than one way to win.
And Iraq winning the Asian Cup in 2007.
Yeah, during the war. Gave people back home something to celebrate amidst chaos. Sports power to unite.
Okay, finally, let's touch on those moments that are just weird, shocking, funny, maybe even unrepeatable.
Football definitely delivers those. Wapu Ilonga's free kick for Zaire, we mentioned.
Still makes you chuckle or scratch your head.
Totally. And Luis Suarez, the biting incidents.
3 times. It's just bizarre. Part of his legacy, unfortunately.
Well, it really is. Zidane's headbutt, again. Iconic. Shocking.
Beckham's red card against Argentina in '98 felt huge at the time.
Oh, yeah. A national villain for a while. Defining moment for him.
Karius's errors in the Champions League final.
Heartbreaking to watch. Just everything going wrong on the biggest stage. Tough.
Ronaldinho's goal against England in 2002. Was it a shot? Was it a cross?
Who knows? But it went in. Fluke. Genius. Probably a bit of both. Pure Ronaldinho magic.
The Battle of Santiago in 1962.
Chile versus Italy. Often called the most violent game ever, a reminder how ugly it could get.
And for sheer absurdity.
Mhm.
Madagascar winning 149.
Yeah, but it was an own goal protest. The other team just kept scoring own goals. Completely bonkers, definitely unrepeatable.
So, wrapping this all up then, we've gone through quite a journey here into football's Immortals.
We have, and hopefully it shows why these moments, these records, matter so much more than just the scoreline. They're like time capsules of the game's soul.
Right, so hopefully you listening have got this shortcut now, a better sense of why football resonates so deeply, why it's more than just a sport.
Exactly. These stories teach us about so much resilience, art, hope, even foolishness sometimes.
Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with. The sources really stress how these football moments become almost unbreakable legends. Thinking beyond football now, what single unbreakable record or iconic moment from another field, maybe science, art, technology, whatever, do you think will truly define our era for generations way down the line? And why that one? Something to ponder.